Hello everyone, we are studying Unit 2 Electronic Spreadsheet Advanced, and in this video we will be covering Session 4 Create and Use Macros in Spreadsheet. So first of all, we should know actually what is a macro. So a macro is a saved sequence of commands or keystroke that are saved for later use. Now what is the use? That suppose you have to repeatedly enter the same information. Now you can copy and paste it. But the thing is that suppose if you want to copy something else also at the same time, then what will happen is that the previous content that is copied to the clipboard, that will be erased. So instead of copying the formula or maybe copying a certain sequence of commands, what we can do is we can create a macro and then enter the repeated information. So first of all, to use macros, we need to enable it in our CalC spreadsheet. So to enable it, we have the option Tools, option LibreOffice and Advanced. Let us see this option. So we'll go in Tools, Options, LibreOffice and Advanced. Now here, enable macro recording. If this tick is not present over here, then you have to put a tick on this checkbox in order to enable the macro recording. Now you can click on OK and we can start recording the macro. See how to create a simple macro and record it. So suppose I have 50 students in my class. Like here I have created 3 sheets. So like that I have 50 students in my class and I have created 50 sheets to calculate the total marks of each student. Now for 50 sheets I have to insert 50 formulas. Just we have to go in each and every sheet and then we have to apply the addition formula. Now instead of that we can create a macro and then run it on all the 50 sheets. That will save a lot of time and effort. So how to do it? We'll just go in Tools, Macros and Record Macro. Now Record Macro will be enabled only if we have put a tick on the checkbox using the option Tool, Options, LibreOffice and Advanced. So now we will just click on Record and now you can see Record Macro is active. Whenever we are done typing with the formula or the command, then we can stop recording. Now I will click on this cell equal to and then formula I will apply over here. This is the addition formula. So I'm adding all the cells and then enter. Now you can see that I have received the sum over here and then I will stop recording. As soon as you stop recording, you see basic macros dialog box opens up and it contains the file name, the current file name, that is macro demo. When you will click on plus over here, you can see a standard library that is already present over here. We can create a new library using this new library option and then we can give a name also. So when you click on OK, you see that this library 1 has appeared over here and by default it contains the main module over here. So if we want to create a module for a library, then what we can do is we can just click on the library and then new module and then we can give the name of the module, whatever name we want to give. Suppose add I am giving over here and then click on OK. Now by default module 1 or main module is already present. We can create our own module also. Then what we can do is we have to give the name of the macro. Whatever name we want, that suppose I am doing sum marks. So I will give the name as sum marks and then I will just click on save over here. Now when I go to the next sheet and I click on this cell and go to Tools, Macros and Run Macro. Because we have already created it and now we are running it on the next sheet. So again we'll just click the file and then select the module. The add module is present over here. Now when you click on add module, you can see the sum marks macro that we have created. That has appeared over here and then we will click on run. Now you can see 67, the sum has appeared over here. Again we can go to the next file, Tools, Macros, Run Macro, select the file, the library and the add module and sum marks and run, and we are having the sum. So in this way, whatever formulas we are having, we can create macros for each. The next topic is write your own macro function. So basically, what is a function? A function is a set of instructions that you can use again and again. So suppose there are a certain set of instructions that you don't want to write again and again, then in place of writing those commands, we can just create a function and we can call the function just by using the function name, and whatever code is written in that function, that will be executed. So let us see how to write our own function. Like you use the sum function, the count function, the average function in CalC. These are the inbuilt functions that you use. So in those functions also certain definitions are there. You just type the word sum and you get the sum, or you just type the keyword average and you get the average. So this is, you are calling the inbuilt functions. Now in the same way, in CalC spreadsheet using macros, we can create our own macro function. So for that, what we have to do is, we have to go in tool, macros, organize macro, and then basic to open the macro dialog box. So just let us see this option practically. We'll go in tools, macros, organize, basic, and here we can see the current file that we are working on. So the file name is calc test macros.ods. This file we can see over here, and in this the standard library is already present. Now we will click this and organize. In the libraries section, from the drop down, we'll select the current document that we are working on, and after that what we have to do is, we will create a new library. Suppose I give the name as author calc macros, and then I will click on OK. So now you can see this new library has been created over here, and then I will click on edit. Now you can see that this code window has opened up. Here we will write the code, or we will create the macro function. Now the language that they are using over here is star basic. So there are very simple codes over here that we need to know. So now you can see sub main and end sub. Now after the end sub, we have to write the function that we want to create. So for that the code is, first we write the function keyword and then the name of the function. Suppose I am creating a function just to insert 5 in the cell. A simple function I am creating, that whenever I call this number 5 function, what happens that in the cell 5 is displayed over there. So I am just creating for that. Now I will take a variable and then I will pass 5 value in this. So whenever I will call this function, what will happen? 5 value will be printed, and then I write end function. So this is a small function over here. Then what I will do is, I will just click on save. After that, I will go back to the file, and on any cell I will just write the function name. So I will write number 5 and then parentheses open close and click on enter. Now you can see that the function that we have created over here, we just called that function and it is printing 5 over here. Similarly, you can create the function for sum, count, average. So now you can understand that the inbuilt functions that you are using in LibreOffice, actually the code that is attached to them is written like that only, so that when you just have to call the name, you just call the sum function or count function or average function, and the code inside that is called just by typing the name of the function in whatever cell you will write. Suppose now I write like this, n in capital, number, and then 5 in capital, and then parentheses open close. Even then this code will work, because star basic code is not at all case sensitive. So this is how you can create your own functions and call it. Now whenever you save the document that is containing the macros, close it and open it again. So depending on the settings that you have applied in your tools, options, LibreOffice and security. Depending on that setting, you will get one of the two messages. Either it will display the message that you want to enable or disable macros, or it will display a message that for security reasons the macros has been disabled automatically. So if you do not want to use a macro and you do not expect a document to contain a macro, then it is safer to click on the disable macros option, because macros may contain virus also. So just let us see this option over here. We'll just go in tools, options, LibreOffice and then security. Now here we will go in macro security. Now if this option is selected medium, so whenever you open a macro it will ask for confirmation, and if you select high, then in that case the second message, that is this, will appear. So just let us see one of the options over here. Suppose medium is selected over here, click on OK and OK. Now I will just open the CalC test macros document. Now you can see, because it was on medium, so it is asking whether you want to enable macros or disable macros. So if the security is high, then the second message will be displayed and then you can click on OK. If you choose to disable the macros, then what will happen? That the document will load and the macro that you have created, that will no longer exist. So suppose I disable macro, and now you can see that the document has opened, but the number 5 function that I was using, now this will not work because I have disabled macros. The next topic is passing arguments to a macro. So what do you mean by arguments? Now earlier we were writing number 5 and then parentheses. So the parentheses was blank. So instead of blank parentheses, we can pass values also, and those values are known as arguments. Suppose we want to write a macro function to find the maximum number. In the function we can write 3, 4, and then whatever the highest value is there, higher value is there, that value will be displayed. So let us look at this option. So we have to go in tools, macros, organize macros, basic. Now already we have created the library over here and the module over here. So we'll just select the function that is present over here and then click on edit. Now here already we have written one function. Now we will write the function that uses arguments. So this is the code that we have to write in the window. Here you can see function test max. The name of the function is test max, and here we are passing two arguments, x and y. So x and y are the values in which we want to compare and find out the maximum value. So if x is greater than equal to y, then test max is equal to x. So if x is greater than y, then x will be greater and the value will be returned as x. Else if this condition is false, then that means obviously y is greater. So the test max function will return the y value. We will end if and end the function. Already we had created this number 5 function, and below that we will just paste the code of the function macro that we have created. And now again we will just click on save. The name of the function is test max. Now we will go back to our file and we will type the name of the function is equal to test max, and then we will pass the arguments. So whatever values we want to compare, for that we can write, and then instead of blank parentheses we will pass the value. Suppose I pass 3 semicolon 4 and then enter. Now you can see 4 value has been inserted in the cell. Why? Because amongst 3 and 4, 4 is the maximum. So we can test this function for various values. Suppose I write test max and then I want to test between 10, 5. Now here you can see that 10 value is inserted. So now I have created a macro and I have passed the arguments over in the function, and whenever I will call the function, and in that I will pass the arguments whatever I wish, and accordingly the function will return the value. When I click on the cell, you can see that here it is given as test max 3,4. So you can see that amongst 3,4, 4 is greater, so 4 will be displayed, and in this test max 10,5, so 10 is greater, so 10 will be displayed. The next topic is passing the arguments as values. So till now we were passing directly the values in the function. Now instead of passing the values, we can also pass the cell number. So suppose in this I insert a value as 10 and here I insert a value 5. So B1 cell is having value 10 and B2 cell is having value 5. Now I want to know that amongst these two values which is greater. Suppose I want to write a function for that. So function we have already written. Now earlier we were passing the values. Now we will pass as cell. So now we will write equal to test max and then the cell in which comparison has to be made. So comparison has to be made in B1 semicolon B2, and now you will enter. Now you can see here what happens is that now the value which is greater is appeared over here. Suppose I change the value over here 15, now this will also change. The next topic is macros to work like built-in functions. Now I have already told you the concept of built-in functions. The functions that are already present in LibreOffice like sum, count, average, we use them directly. So we can create such functions that can act like built-in functions also. So for that a deep knowledge of our coding is required. And then we can write those functions, and those functions can behave like built-in functions by writing add-in on the functions. So the next topic is accessing cells directly. Till now what we were doing, we were passing the values as arguments in the function, or we were passing the cell number. Now instead of that, what we can do is we can access the values by cell position. So let us look at this code over here. We have created a function sumMac that is actually doing what? It is adding the values that are present in cell A2 and cell A3. So we have taken a variable the sum of double type. Then for the sum we will be in the sum variable, what we will be doing? We will be placing the sum of the cells A2 and A3. Then OSheet variable we have taken. OSheet variable, in this the active sheet, whatever data is present on the active sheet, that will be added. Then in OCell1 variable we have accessed the value in A2 cell by the position. Now if we write 0, 1, then that means cell A2. Now this is the cell A2 over here. The position of this will be 0, 1. So 0 means the column, it will start from 0. So this is the column 0 and 1. Here it is written 2, but in actually that function it will be 1 because the index starts from 0. So here it is 0, here it is 1. So A means 0 and 2 means 1. So 0, 1. Similarly, if we want to access A3, then it will be 0, 2. So here we have written 0, 2. Then the sum variable. In this what we will do, we will get value. Get value function is used to get the value from A2 cell, and get, again we have used get value. Now O cell 1 dot get value will give you the value at A2, and O cell 2 dot get value will give you the value at A3. So now these two values will be added and then it will be stored in the variable the sum. Finally, what we are doing, the sum value will be transferred to the function sumMac, and whenever we call the function sumMac, so the values that are placed in A2 and A3 will be added and the result will be displayed. So for this again we have to do the same process. We have to go in tools, macros, organize macros and basic, and already we have created this library over here, and this is containing the module 1, which is containing the main function by default, number 5 function that we have created, and test mac function we have created. Now since these functions are present in the one module, so we can just click on any one function and then edit. So now you can see that this code window has appeared again, in which previously we have written the 2 functions. Now we will write the third function that is given over here. This code we will write over there. So this is the code function sumMac that we have written, and now we will just go ahead and click on save. Now we will go back to the CalC test macro file, and in this we will just place a value in A2 and we will place a value in A3. Now we click on any cell and we write is equal to sumMac, that is the name of the function, parentheses open close, and now you can see 9 over here. So actually what this function is doing, whatever value you will place in these 2 cells, those values will be added, because we have done what? We have accessed the value by its position over here. The last topic of this session is sorting the columns using macro. Now suppose we have a data in a spreadsheet and we want to sort it in ascending or descending order. So for that we can write the code also, or we can create a macro also. At this level it would be not easy to write the code because you are not familiar with the star basic language. So instead of writing the code for sorting the columns, let us create a macro for it. I have a sheet, and in this randomly I enter some values. Now what I have to do is I have to sort these values. So simply what I will do is I will go in tools, then macros and record macro. Then I will select these values over here, and this you can see sort ascending. I will click on sort ascending. Now you can see the values have been inserted in ascending order, and then I will stop recording. As soon as you click on stop recording, what will happen? It will ask you to save the macros. So now we are already having a library over here. If you want to create a new library, you can create. Now if in this module only you want to save, then you can just name the function. You can just name the macro. Suppose I give the name as auto sort, and then I will click on save. Now what we have done is this, we have created a macro. Now let us change the values over here so that we want to see whether this is working or not. So now what we will do is simply we'll just go in tools and macros and run macro. Now this macro selector dialog box opens up. In this, the current file we will select, and the module and the function and the name of the macro auto sort that we have created. We will select this and run. Now when you will run, you can see automatically the values have been sorted. So whenever you want to apply sorting, so you can do in this way also. Now this work can be done with coding also. So now let us see what backend coding was applied over there. So for this we have to go in tools, macros, organize, basic, and we have to select the auto sort macro and then click on edit. Now when you click on edit, you can see that this earlier it was not present. Now this is the code that has been done. So earlier we were writing the code to create the macro, and what we have done is we have recorded the macro and automatically this code has appeared over here. So here you can see that C1 to C5. Now in the file C1 to C5, We have applied sorting on C1 to C5 and accordingly the code has been written, the backend code. Now we can change the cell from here also, C2, C5 or maybe C1 to C8, and then sorting will be applied to that range. So in this way, we can create a macro and see the backend code and edit that, or we can directly write the code over here. This was all about session 4, and with this we come to an end of unit 2, electronic spreadsheet advanced. Thank you.